Good morning, good morning, good morning, Facebook. It is Sarah here. I've got my coffee, and by the way, I just want to set a little disclaimer. I know I did not put this in the title of the video whatsoever, but if you'll notice, my husband is home now. Yeah, so we have kind of a really big announcement to make, and I think we would like to do that together, hopefully maybe this afternoon when the kids are napping. So if you're wondering why he's home and what the heck we're doing and what's going on, stay tuned for that. So the title of this live video is I'm willing to sell my clothes, right? Or something like that. Don't remember exactly what I titled this video. So I was so inspired this morning talking to a friend of mine who is actually in Indiana. It's funny how that works. I think it's Indiana. And she was talking about how she was gonna hop into our fitness challenge, right? And you know, she's like, I really believe that this is my year, but it's a lot of money. It's an investment. And I totally understand that. And this is going to go above and beyond. This is not just about the weight loss challenge. So this is really about if there's anything in your life that you want to do that is like on your heart, but you're struggling because it is money, right? I just talked about this on my YouTube channel, by the way. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe there. I do more videos. I do daily recaps and hot topics on dating, divorce, business, the whole works. So that's youtube.com/Sara Michaels. Good morning, Rachel. So one of the girls this morning was talking about how she was worried about how the fitness and weight loss challenge, she's like, I don't know if I have the money, and that's a lot of money, right? And isn't that the number one thing that stops most of us from doing what we want to do is money? And hey, Emily, are you so excited for Monday? I'm geeking out. I cannot wait. So I was talking to Chelsea this morning, and she was really wondering, like, is this going to be right for me? And this is beyond weight loss. Like I said, this is really anything that you know in here that you want to do that you think is going to help you or better you. Good morning, Clara. But you're worried because it's money. So if you've ever had that, let's chat, right? Because I have this come up so many times where I see like a personal development thing, or I see this and I know it's going to help me, but I get stopped because I'm afraid of the money thing. So here is my deal. A couple years ago, this happened to me all the time, right? And it wasn't until I realized the difference between spending and investing that this really stopped for me. And so this is what I teach my kids about finances. When you spend money, hey Casey, when you spend money, that is like money that's gone, right? So like you go to the store and you just, how many times do we go to Target or Walmart? Hey Matt, for something like groceries, and we come home with like $150 worth of stuff and we're like, I didn't even know I needed this. Chances are that is spending money. When you invest, investing means that you are buying something that's going to produce a return. So whether that is investing money to, into your health and fitness, whether that's investing money into a membership, the return is that your fitness, your weight loss, you're healthier, you're happier. That's the difference between spending money and investing money. And we have to get out of this poverty. Oh, I can't let my money go out of my hands because I'm afraid that it's, no. When you have an investment, good morning, Talisha. When you invest your money and you invest it wisely and it produces a return, that raises you up. Don't you think that when you're more confident, when you're happier, when you feel better about yourself, we're better business owners? I see so many times business owners who are like, I feel depressed, my business isn't working. Okay, if your business isn't working, number one, take a step back. Focus on yourself first, because when you are confident and happy and healthy, you have more energy And that translates to more energy, more focus to be able to work on your business, right? So we have to let go of this like fear of spending money because we're afraid. And I had this happen to me so many times, y'all. Like, no judgment. I'm not hating on you. If you are one of these people that's there right now. Hey, good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Erin. So anyway, so I want to talk about Chelsea. So Chelsea was kind of processing through this, right? And one thing that I'm doing right now as like a lifestyle coach is I don't freaking push people into anything. As a coach, I'm going to love you enough to want to see you into your best self that I'm going to ask you the tough freaking questions, but I'm not going to make you do it. Because at the end of the day, if I have to push you into a program or push you into personal development, you better believe I'm going to have to hold your hand and pull you along. And guess what? I don't hold hands. I hold hands to my toddler, my kids, and my husband, but I do not hold adults' hands. I'm going to empower and equip you, but I'm not going to mother freaking drag you along if you don't want to be there. If you hear what I'm saying, right? I do not do that. So I asked her some of these questions and I just said, I love you either way. I support you either way. I want to see you at your best self. So I encourage you, and I encouraged Chelsea this morning. I said, let's get to the root of that. If you are truly not wanting to do it because you don't feel like it's aligned with you, I support that. I said, but if there's any part of you that's afraid to do it because you're afraid of the money or the investment, let's get to the root of that, right? So a lot of times if something is an investment, so I want you to start thinking of that first of all. I want you to look at these things as, am I spending money or is this going to produce a return? Is there going to be is this an investment? If something's an investment, typically we see fear when we don't think it's going to produce a return, and if it does, if this is something that you know helps other people, typically the fear comes from, ooh, I don't know if this is going to work for me. Yeah, that's where the fear comes in. And that's where we really need to assess, like, where is that fear coming from? Good morning, Brooke. Good morning, Jesse. Thanks for stopping in this morning. So if you see something you really want to do that you know you think is going to help you have a better life, live happier, be at your full potential, and you're like, I want you to start from this moment on to assess that fear. I want you to start thinking like, am I afraid that this isn't going to work for me? Is that coming from a place of lack or doubt? And then get into the habit of, if you start investing into something, just doing it. Because I so believe that when we step out and take big actions and get into like divine alignment, right? And that there's a difference. Like when you know you want to do something, you can feel it in your heart. Like there's that tug that's like, yes, we should do that. It doesn't make any sense, right? And oftentimes we can't afford it. That's all the more reason that we should do it. I had to do this for my own self. And typically when I step out like that, it's rewarded because the universe, I call it God. I believe that we can co-create with God. When you step out, your faith is rewarded, right? So I just want to encourage you to do that. So this morning, Chelsea was processing through this. And you know what she said? This is like the most inspiring thing. She's like, you know what? I don't know if I can afford it, but I'm willing to sell clothes and old makeup that I have that I'm not using and not wearing so I can be able to do this. And I was like, girl, what? That is the kind of like massive belief that I love working with people like that. Like because you know what, at the end of the day, we have money. We have the money. Typically when someone's like, oh, I don't want to do it. How many times do we go to Target or Walmart and come home with like $30 to $50 to $100 worth of extra crap that we didn't need, right? Yeah, so we usually have the money. It's just about whether or not we want to focus that money with intention to produce an investment and a return. Just saying, like I was there, so when we when we have intention to our money, then we're able to invest and you can focus it. And typically we use the phrase, I don't have any money, as an excuse not to do something because we're masking that I don't have the money to do it. We're using that to mask our fear, the fear that it's not going to work, or the fear that it's going to work for other people, but it's not going to work for me, right? Emily said, yeah, me too, girl. I've been there. So I believe when you step out and you have faith and you just go all in, that is so rewarded. That's why I was so inspired by Chelsea this morning. She's like, you know what? I don't know. I'm just going to figure it out. And I had one other girl like that. And I'm just like, yes. So I encourage you, whether that is investing in your health, your fitness, your business, your personal growth, you know, when you have these opportunities come up in the next couple of months, if you're on this video, I really encourage you to get in alignment with that and to really root out and not to use just not to go with the I don't have the money excuse right off the bat, and really to get to the root of that. Like, am I saying that because I don't believe it's going to work for me and I'm afraid and I really do want to do it, or is this genuinely just not the right thing for me right now? Okay. So that being said, if you are a leader in any capacity, if you have, I don't know, you run a volunteer organization, you're a business owner, you're a leadership in any type of the word. You're a mom. Moms, you're leaders. Okay. I want to chat with you for a second because this also hit me. So up until about a year ago, I was hey baby. By the way, you guys, look who's home. It's a Facebook Live. Oh my gosh, Facebook just said, do you want to tag Jordan Barger? How do they know it was you?
Face recognition.
That's creepy on a live video. Are you serious? Okay. Anyways, those of you who are still on, yeah, do you notice Jordan's home and it's a weekday? Yeah. Sorry, I'm so hungry. We should chat about why later. Can I tell you? Hey, Lisa. Okay, if you guys are on and watching right now, you're going to know first. He quit his job. I know, I just said it. Don't tell anybody, right? Okay, this is a Facebook Live. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, Jordan quit his job. He's home. We're working together now, which is just, I'm so beyond excited, you guys. It's been, when I did the Facebook post yesterday and I said doors open, like divine alignment, holy crap, like it has just been wow is all I can say. And if you have any intrigue, I don't know who's on here. I can't really see right now. I have my glasses on because they made a glare. So if you have any intrigue whatsoever into what I've been doing, what's working, just message me and let's have like a no BS chat, which brings me to the next thing. If you're a leader in any capacity, a mom, business owner, hey, Rebecca, I am going to chat with you about if you're sick of pushing people, or if you're sick of pulling people along. This can relate to your kids. If you're sick of like pulling your kids along, right? So I'm going to tell you a little story. So up until about a year ago in my business, I was using tactics and techniques that would pull people in, you know, and we were taught how to close people and sell people, and I didn't like it. It didn't line up with me. Hey, good morning, Tasha. How are you today? I didn't like that, leaders. I know, Tasha, you're in business makeup, so this will be for you too. So up until a year ago, I would use these tactics and techniques that would be able to close people, you know, on my business, my products, whatever. Let me tell you guys my experience with that, which could have gone very differently this morning when I was chatting with Chelsea, okay? So she was talking to me about, you know, getting started with our fitness challenge, okay? And, hey! So we're chatting about getting started, and she's like back and forth, do I do it, do I not? I could have used, good morning, Lindsay! I could have used my closing techniques on her, but you know what I found? When I had to push people into, you know, business or products or whatever it is that I was doing, oftentimes down the road, like 3-4 months down the road, I would find myself getting so frustrated because the people that I had to push into it, I also had to pull along. Okay? So I'm just going to have a real chat and say to you, if you get into business, especially if you're a business leader, and you were frustrated or have been frustrated in the past with having to pull people along, stop pushing them in. Let people come to it of their own accord, and you guys would not believe the difference that it makes. see, like with Chelsea this morning, she was like, you know what? I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to sell. I'm going all in. Okay. Me a few months ago would have been like, oh, girl, you got to do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And it would have just pushed her in. And I was like, I don't like that. Because at the end of the day, if it's not in here, if their heart isn't in it, if they don't have that inner coal that needs to be lit, I can externally motivate only so far. And then guess what? Those flames that I put in are going to go out because their coal isn't lit. Okay. So my goal right now is not to create flames for somebody else. My goal is to spark that little thing inside that creates this deep burning desire of a coal, because once that is lit, that can't go out. And then they're in it and they do everything. Like they're like, I'm in, I'm going. That's the kind of motivation and that is the kind of person that I want to work with. And I've been using this even with my kids. Yep, it takes more time. It sure as heck does, because I could say, no, you do this, you do it right now because I'm mom, because I said so. And it's just so nah. But you know what I found? When mom's not in the room, when I'm not in the room, when I'm using it that way, guess who doesn't listen? My kids. Because without that external motivator, they don't have the internal device or compass or motivation to do it from within. So good morning, Jennifer and Heather. So I've been applying this principle, and I took a step back from my business about a year ago and was like, I'm going to redefine my business. I'm not going to do this anymore, because sure, I was like promoting, but I'd get to a point where I was like, I have to pull these people along and they're frustrating me because they don't want to work. And I don't want to have to, motivate them every day and get up like, hey, do this, do this. No, I want to work with people who are like, yes, and they're on fire because they have that deeper coal burning inside. So I've been doing this in business with my kids, and you know what? It freaking works. It takes a little more time off the bat, okay, but when you lead with love, and like this morning when I told her, I said, you know what? I love you. I support you. I'm not going to push you into this because I don't want you to do something that doesn't align with you. I said, I'm going to challenge you as a coach and as somebody who loves you as a person and wants to see you be your best. I want to challenge the root of that. But at the end of the day, if you decide this isn't for you right now, I'm not going to push you in. Okay. And I'm here for you. When you are ready, you can call me. Does that mean that I might initially not make as much money? Yeah. And a lot of business people who want money now and who are like, oh, but I need to make this sale. I need to make this sale because I need the money. When you're leading your business from a place of need and want and lack, instead of gratitude, instead of that internal confidence that's like, you know what? Even if you don't say yes, you don't determine my success. Like, it's okay. When you're walking in like, I've got this and I'm going there whether you come with me or not, and you just are so confident and you love that person and you support them and you want to see them at their best, they get it and they feel that vibe. So I'm just saying, if you've been like using closing on people and you've been using all of the right marketing techniques that are just, I don't know, they're all head, right? Doesn't it feel like that? Have you been in marketing? It feels like it's all head and no heart. And this year I was like, I'm done. I am done marketing and doing business with my freaking head. I'm done. Because at the end of the day, could I close anybody? Oh yeah, you guys don't even know. Like, I have a phenomenal, insanely good closing rate. And that is the closing rate that got me into Success from Home magazine. And you know what? I left that company because it didn't align with my heart. So needless to say, if you're in business, I encourage you to really take the extra time to lead with your heart, to encourage people, to know that even if they say no, their yes, your success doesn't depend on their yes. That's my message for you this morning. Like, just know that you're going somewhere with or without them right now, and love and encourage them. And don't try to be their external flame and motivation. Like, light this in here, because once you light this, that like coal that burns in their heart, that's the deep desire of their soul, right? Once that is lit, then no matter what, that doesn't go out. Okay, so, and if you're wondering what somebody did, her name was Lisa, and it happened in 2011. If you are wondering what and how I lit, my coal was lit and how I'm lighting other people's coals, I would be happy to share that with you. Also, are you in business? Doesn't matter what business you're in. I am starting, I'm so shaky. I had too much coffee and not enough food. Oops. Okay. So part of my goal this year is to start a group of entrepreneurs who are like what I would call faith and fire filled. They're not in any specific business, but we are working together to go somewhere, like focus posts and focus groups every day. If you're a business or a team leader, this isn't a place where we're gonna like see a bunch of promotions, but it's a place to come together. Excuse me, I don't have the group put together yet, but if this is something that you're like, you know what, I am feeling this girl, I'd be interested in this. Me doing live videos, us doing training together, me showing you what's working. Yeah, so I would love to do that. So if you're interested in that kind of a group, just send me your name in a Facebook message or whatever. My goal with that group is to collaborate and co-create together. Make it like a safe space for women, just women, sorry guys, just women in business to come together. So if you're in like a fitness business, how can you work with somebody who's in makeup? Am I right? Doesn't that sound awesome? And I don't know how this is going to look, but that's what I'm doing this year, and putting together a resource library for these ladies, trainings, the very nuts and bolts specifics of business and what I'm doing to grow, and just a place to connect and go further together. So if that sounds like you, I don't care what business you're in, you can send me your name in a message and I will put you on the list. And as soon as that group is together, I'm thinking launching that in February and maybe March 1st to do like a focus group. So anyhow, also if you're on here and you didn't hear before, my husband quit his job and he's home now. So if you're curious about that, stay tuned. I think we're going to do a live together later today, and it's like, I'm beyond excited. So anyways, I hope y'all have a great morning. Thank you for hopping on with me today and spending some time with me. So, okay, see you later. Bye.